Let's just start in a comfortable seat today. So if you have any props, if you have a block or a blanket that you like to sit up on to elevate the hips a little bit, find a comfortable seated position. Rest your hands as they're comfortable on your lap. And close your eyes. And we'll take just a few moments here to start to tune into the breath. So as you sit here, finding your comfortable seat, lengthen tall through the crown of your head. Feel yourself rooting down through your sitting bones. We'll take a few deep breaths here together. So take a nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. As you inhale through your nose, can you feel the breath lengthen up more through the crown of your head? And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out, let the breath go. Again, just like that, nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. Feel the breath come in, fill up, expand across the collarbones. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out, let it go. One more breath here like that. Inhale, nice deep breath, fill up through your nose. And open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. And then taking a few rounds of breath here on your own. And as you breathe, beginning to breathe in and out through the nose, coming into Ujjayi breath, if that's a part of your practice, bringing the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, feeling almost as though you're dragging the breath along the back of the throat. And finding just a steady, even quality to your breath. Allowing this awareness of your breath to stay with you throughout your practice to help keep you present, keep you here on your mat, on your body, moving, breathing through this practice. A few more rounds of breath here, tuning in to the sensation of the breath, perhaps at the nostrils, the rise and fall of the chest, and the shoulders slightly as you inhale and exhale. And slowly open your eyes. We'll come up into a tabletop position. Make your way right into a tabletop with your shoulders up over your wrists and your hips up over your knees. And guys, you come into this tabletop position, we're going to thread the needle. So take an inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, thread the right arm through the left, bring the back of the right palm down and bring the side of the right shoulder down towards the mat. The right side of your head comes down towards the mat. And then you can tense your left fingertips and then use the tented left fingertips to roll that left shoulder to stack up on top of your right. Good. Then keep drawing the right outer hip back so that your hips stay level. Okay, just one more breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release that. Come back to center, back to your tabletop. Coming into the left side, take an inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, thread the left arm through, the back of the left palm comes down, the outside of the left shoulder comes down. Tense your right fingertips, roll the right shoulder to stack on top of your left. And let's see if you can direct the breath to that sensation in between the shoulder blades. I'm trying to keep the hips square, the two frontal hip points pointing towards the front of your mat. Take one more breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, release, come out of the twist. Making your way back into your tabletop position. You're going to take the left leg out behind you with your left toes tucked under on your mat. So just extend the left leg out, toes tucked under. And then kickstand your right foot out towards the side. Roll over onto the outer edge of your left foot and reach your left arm all the way up towards the sky. So you're coming into a modified side plank. Then bring your gaze down towards the bottom right palm. And then put a little bend in your right elbow and just press off of the right palm so that you're coming up so that your shoulders are stacked up on top of your hips. Good. And then from here, take your left arm along the left leg and reach the right arm up overhead, reaching your right fingertips towards the back of your mat. So getting a nice side body stretch all along that right side of your body. Trying to keep the right frontal hip point right on top of your right knee. Good. Feel really long along that right side. So you can feel as though you're spinning the lower left side of the rib cage around, up and under that top right arm. Good. And then as you inhale, just cartwheel the arms all the way up and over. Make your way down back into your tabletop position. Find yourself in your tabletop and then take the right leg out behind you. Extend the leg with the toes tucked under. Kickstand the left foot out towards the side. Roll over onto the outer edge of the right foot. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Bring your gaze down towards the bottom left palm. Put a little bend in your elbow. Press off so that you're coming up to square off to the side of your mat. Take your right arm down along the right leg. Reach your left arm up overhead. Reaching the left fingertips towards the back of your mat. Feel really long all around the left side body. Good. Gazing up and under that top arm. Keep spinning the lower right side of the rib cage. Good. Inhale, cartwheel the arms all the way up and over. Make your way back to your tabletop position. Set yourself up to come into your first down dog. So you might walk your palms out about 2 inches. Maybe spin the palms so that they point out slightly so that your middle fingers are pointing towards the top corners of your mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you make your way into your first downward facing dog, take any movement here that feels good. Maybe alternate pedaling out the feet, wiggling out the hips a little bit from side to side, feeling the hamstrings, the backs of the legs wake up here. Good. And then soften your knees, put a little soft bend in your knees and walk your palms all the way back towards your feet. Have your feet hip width distance apart. Take your arms back behind your back and interlace your fingers. And then just let your chest, your torso lay down towards the tops of the thighs as you let the arms come up overhead. Let go of the head and neck, maybe shake it out a little bit from side to side. Good, and then release your interlaced hands. Take your palms down to your mat. Walk yourself all the way back out to your downward facing dog. And then from your down dog, take an inhale, round yourself forward, roll yourself out to a plank, high push-up position. Tap your knees down on your mat, lower yourself all the way down onto your belly, keeping your elbows in as you lower. Good, untuck your toes, press into the tops of the feet. Take an inhale, roll up to baby cobra. Press more into the pinky toe side of your foot. Good, exhale, press yourself back through bent knees, all the way up, downward facing dog. Good. From your down dog, take an inhale to lift your heels nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward towards the front of your mat. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin, soften in. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up to standing. And exhale, take your hands together at your heart. Good. And then if you're going to play the playlist, if you want to play the playlist, now is the time to go ahead and press play. So again, it's Zoom 6. It's in the chat if you want to play it. I'll give you a moment just to press play if you want that on. And then once you're ready, bring your feet together, bring your palms together at your heart. Take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. As you reach up, grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, pull it over towards the right, side body stretch, stamp down into that left foot. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, forward fold, dive down out over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms down, step back to plank, lower your chaturanga, knees lifted or down. Inhale, pressing through baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Allowing your head and neck to release, gazes back between the knees. Pressing into your palms, spreading the fingers. Feel the whole outer edge of your palms rooting down on your mat. Wrap your biceps in and spin your triceps forward. You find a little lift in the forearms. Okay, take an inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the arms, reach all the way up. As the arms reach up, grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Good. Exhale, pull it over towards the left, side stretch. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine, chest, collarbone broad. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float, chaturanga, upper arms lower to they're parallel with the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Always feeling free to keep a bend in the knees in down dog. Noticing if when you bend the knees, does that help you find more length in your spine? Okay, taking a couple breaths here. And take an inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, soften. Inhale, press into your feet, reach the arms up. As you reach up, grab onto your left wrist. Exhale, pull it over to the right side, stretch, step down into that left foot. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float, cycling through your chaturanga. Baby cobra, upward facing dog is your inhale. Exhale, lift hips, downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here in down dog. As you breathe in your down dog, seeing if you can feel the breath filling up, expanding the back body, the back ribs. Okay, take an inhale to lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or float up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, soften it. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. As you reach up, grab onto your right wrist. Exhale, pull it over to the left, press down into the right foot. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, forward fold, dive down, linking your breath with your movement. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. This time we're gonna lower all the way down onto your belly. So you can tap your knees or keep them lifted. Take your time, make your way all the way down onto your belly. Good. From your belly, take your arms back behind your back and interlace your fingers. Press into the tops of the feet. As you press into the tops of the feet, lift up on the kneecaps, feel the thighs engaged. Reach your sitting bones back towards your heels. So your pubic bone pressing down into the mat slightly. And then as you inhale, lift your chest, reach your knuckles back towards your heel. Good. So keep the feet, the tops of the feet pressing down on your mat. Press more into the pinky toe side of the foot. Feel the inner thigh spinning up towards the sky. Feel broad across your chest and your collarbone. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release, lower yourself down. Good. And then take your arms out in front of you. So you're coming into Sphinx pose. So come up onto your forearm. And have your elbows right underneath your shoulders and your wrists right in line with your elbows. Plant your palms down like you're in down dog hands with the fingers slightly spread. And then as you press down into the forearms, lift up out of your shoulders and then feel as though you could pull your chest through your hands, almost like you were dragging your palms back. Good. Take another breath here. Beautiful. And then from here, go ahead and tuck your toes under and just lift your hips up off your mat so that you're in kind of a modified forearm plank with your knees down. Good. And then press back through your heels to lift your knees up off your mat. So now you're finding forearm plank. Reach your sitting bones back towards your heels. Find your hips in line with your shoulders. And then press down into your forearms and feel like you're pulling your chest forward through your hands. Good. From here, keep both forearms down. Roll over onto the outer edge of your right foot. Stack your left foot on top of your right. Good. So you're going to feel like you want to lift that left forearm, but keep the left forearm down on your mat. And then feel yourself pulling your chest forward through your hands. As you lift up on that underneath right side. Good. Really getting into that right oblique. Good. And then shift yourself back through center. Come into the other side. Roll over onto the outer edge of the left foot. Right foot stacks on top of your left. Pull your chest forward through your hands. At the same time, lift up on that underneath left side. Good. Keep the right forearm. Keep both forearms down on your mat. Beautiful. Come back through center just for a breath here. Inhale, forearm plank. Exhale, tap your knees down. Untuck your toes. Press into the tops of the feet. Drop your hips down. Sphinx pose. Once again, pull your chest forward through your hands. Just a breath. Good. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your mat. As you lower, slide your palms back so your fingertips are in line with your lower ribs. Baby cobra for a breath. Take an inhale, lift up here. Your choice, stay in baby cobra. If you want to take up dog, you can press into the hands and the tops of the feet. Lift to up dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath here in down dog. Nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Good. Take an inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, soften. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, coming up to standing. And exhale, take your hands together at your heart. Good. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips down. Take a few breaths in this first chair. So sit back into your heels more. As you find the way back into your heels, can you send your sitting bones back so that you find your knees tracking right over the ankles? Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Take it down, out over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float your chaturanga. Always feeling free to skip the chaturangas, come straight to down dog if they're not serving you. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. From down dog, take an inhale, reach your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the right hip on top of your left and bend your knee just for a breath here. Good. Inhale, extend the right leg, square your hips off towards the floor. Exhale, bend the right knee in towards the chest, shift forward, look forward, float your foot between the hands. Ground and turn out the back heel. Inhale, reach the arms up, warrior one. Good. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Heel toe that right foot a little towards the left. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior, drop the back left arm down, reach your right palm up towards the sky. Just stay for your exhale pause. Good. Inhale, cartwheel the arms all the way up and over. Hands frame your front foot, step back to plank, lower your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take an inhale, reach the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the hip, roll it open, bend your knee. Good. Inhale, extend the legs, square the hips off towards the floor. Exhale, knee in towards the chest, shift forward, look forward, float the foot between the hands. Ground and turn out your back heel. Inhale, Vira one, reach the arms up. Exhale, open it up, Vira two, warrior two. Good. Inhale, reverse your warrior, drop the back arm down, pause for your exhale. Inhale to cartwheel the back arm all the way up and over. Exhale, chaturanga, cycle through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. So moving, flowing at half a breath per pose. Always feeling free to skip the push-ups, skip the chaturanga, come straight to down dog if it's not serving you. Good. Take an inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, soften it. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, swim the arms all the way to standing. Good. Again, just like that, cycling through. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, up and over, you fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, stack the hip, bend your knee, roll it open. Good. Inhale, extend the legs, square the hips off. Exhale, float the foot forward between the hands, ground and turn out your back heel. Inhale, reach the arms up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two, open it up. Inhale, reverse your warrior, pause for your exhale. Inhale, cartwheel the arms all the way up and over. Exhale, chaturanga, or you skip it straight to down dog. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, stack the hip, bend the knee, roll it open. Inhale, extend, square the hips off. Exhale, float the foot forward between the hands, ground and turn out the back heel. Inhale, reach your arms up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two, open it up. Inhale, reverse your warrior, stay for your exhale. Cartwheel the arms as you inhale all the way up and over. Step back to plank, lower on your exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. So spreading the fingers, pressing into the outer edges of the palms, weighting down more into that fleshy part of the hand between your thumb and your index finger. Good. Really nice. Take an inhale to lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Good, just exhale, fold, tuck your chin, soften it. And then put a little bend in your knees and heel toe your feet all the way out as wide as your mat. Spin the toes so that they point out slightly, or heels to point in, and bend your knees, sink your hips down. So you're coming into yogic squat malasana. Take your palms together at your heart. And then with your palms together at your heart, press into the inner line of your legs, the inner edge of your knees, to draw the knees back so that you keep the weight in the outer edges of your feet. Keep your inner arches lifting. Lengthen up more through the crown of your head. Can you grow taller in your spine as you sink the hips down? Good. Beautiful. And then just go ahead and tense your fingers out in front of you. Straighten the legs or move them towards straight. I like to keep a little soft bend in the knees as you heel toe your feet all the way back together. Take an inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. You can slide the palms up the shins. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin, soften it in. Bend your knees, sink your hips down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Good. Exhale, swing the arms all the way to standing. Take your hands together at your heart. Close your eyes. Take a breath here. Tuning in to the sensation of your breath. Good. And go ahead and step yourself back. So you're about a third of a way back on your mat. Keep your palms pressing together at your heart. And just press into your big toe mounds as you lift your heels up off your mat. So you're just coming into a balance here. Firm your outer ankles in. Notice kind of the wobbling that happens as our muscles in the feet and the ankles work to stabilize in this balance. And from here, start to bend your knees, sinking your hips down. Stay high on the heels and the balls of the feet. And you come down into a chair pose with your heels lifted. Good. So keep sending your hips back as you keep lifting the heels up, firming the outer ankles in. Good. And then lower yourself all the way down to you're sitting on your heels. So you're still up on the balls of the feet, just sitting on your heels. And then we're coming into a couple options. You can either just stay here, working the balance, finding a gaze point out in front of you, keep lifting the heels, or you can come into Bakasana, crow pose. A couple options for Bakasana. First is to take the palms out in front of you, plant them down. Take your knees high on the backs of the arms as though the knees could come almost all the way up into the armpits. Shift forward and maybe see if you can lift your feet up off your mat. Another option, if backs of the arms is not accessible for you, is to squeeze the knees to the outsides of the upper arms. So squeezing the knees to the outsides of the upper arms and then shifting forward from there. Maybe you lift one foot, maybe you lift the other. Taking a couple breaths here. If you're in your Bakasana, if you're in crow pose, you clawing down through the finger pads. And then if shooting the legs back is in your practice, you can do that. You can step or shoot the legs back through your chaturanga. We're all going to meet up in downward facing dog. So if you are still working the balance, just make your way into down dog, however you'd like to get there. And then once you make your way into down dog, let's take a cleansing breath here together. Nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose, sip in a little more air at the top. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. Good. From down dog, take an inhale, reach your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the hip, roll it open, bend your knee. Good. Inhale, extend the leg, square your hips off towards the floor. Exhale, float the foot forward between the hands, setting up for warrior one. Ground and turn out your back heel. Inhale, reach the arms up, warrior one. We're going to take a few breaths here. So as you find yourself in your warrior one, holding this position, lengthen forward through the front right knee so that it's tracking right over the ankle, and then draw the right outer hip back so that as you do, you feel the left frontal hip point coming forward. Feel the left side of the rib cage coming around, squaring off towards the front of your mat. And then press firmly into the outer edge of that back left foot. So you feel the left inner thigh lifting. Good. See if you can lift your upper back ribs off of your lower back. Breathing here. Good. And take one more breath here as you inhale, reach up, look up, maybe touch your palms. And then as you exhale, open it up into warrior two. So as you come into warrior two, adjusting your feet so that your front heel is in line with the back arch of your foot. And finding your warrior two stance, front right toes pointing forward, back left toes pointing in slightly. Lengthen the right knee forward so that it tracks out over the ankle, adjusting your stance as you need to. Good. And you can feel almost as though you're directing that right sitting bone back towards your left heel. Good. Really nice. Feel the shoulders stacking up over your hips. Relax your shoulders down. Maybe let your gaze soften out over your front fingertips. Maybe even close your eyes. Sometimes practicing in our homes, there can be a lot of distractions around the house, around us. Maybe close your eyes. Let that help you tune into the sensation of your breath, holding this pose. With each exhale, can you feel the right thigh bone descending down towards the mat a little bit more? Good. And then drop your back left arm down. Flip your right palm up towards the sky. Take an inhale, reverse your warrior. Take a couple breaths here. So focusing today really on the length along that right side of the body. So as you reach through the right fingertips, instead of reaching back, try to reach more up and on a diagonal so that you can feel yourself lifting up and over in your upper back. So the length all along that right side of your body. Good. And then stay in your reverse warrior position, but start to straighten the front right leg. So press into the right big toe mound as you lift up on the right kneecap to straighten the leg. Good. And then move your torso towards neutral and spin your toes to square off towards the side of your mat. Good. So adjust your feet as you need to, but the outer edges of your feet are running parallel with the sides of your mat. And then take your hands together at your hips. Take an inhale, lift your chest, draw your elbows back and together. And then as you exhale, take that length down as you fold forward out over your leg. As you come down, take your left palm down, center it underneath your chest. Take your right palm back to your lower back with your fingertips pointing back. And then press down into that left palm as you start to stack and roll the right shoulder to stack on top of your left, twisting towards the front of your mat. Good. And with that right palm at your lower back, check in that your low back is staying level, so you're not sitting into one hip or the other. But the twist is truly staying in your upper back and not coming from your hips. Imagine like you could balance a book or a teacup or something on that low back. Take a variation with the arms if you like. Maybe you reach that right arm up towards the sky. Maybe you can gaze up towards the right palm. I like to wrap the right arm back behind my back and then maybe reach for that inner left thigh. If you can reach that inner left thigh, then you can press into it to keep drawing that left hip back. Continue to roll the right shoulder to stack on top of your left. Good. Take one more breath here, inhale. Exhale, release the twist, bring both palms down underneath your chest. Take an inhale, lift your chest, lengthen, find a flat spine. Exhale, press into your feet, hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up with a straight spine. Good, exhale, reach the arms out. Spin your right toes to face towards the front of your mat. Spin your left toes so that they point in slightly. Drop your left arm down, flip your right palm up. Inhale, reverse triangle, lifting up and over in your upper back. Pause for your exhale. Good, as you inhale, we're gonna cartwheel the arms, bend your right knee, spin up on your left toes, and reach the left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. So you're coming into an open twist in a crescent lunge position. So find yourself in this crescent lunge, right knee tracking right over the ankle. Good, you can keep a little bend in the back left knee. Your left fingertips reach forward as the right fingertips reach back on the diagonal, opening up into this twist. Keep extending through that right collarbone. Good, and then take your palms together at your heart. Take a breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, prayer twist, hook the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Pressing your palms together at your heart. Coming into your prayer twist, if you had a little bend in that back left knee, now you press back through that left knee to press the left leg to straight. Good. Every inhale, can you lengthen up more through the crown of your head? And with every exhale, can you revolve around that length more? Maybe your gaze comes up over that right shoulder. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bring your hands down to frame your front foot. So you're in a low runner's lunge. From here, if you have blocks, I like to take blocks underneath my palms here. We're going to just start to move that front right leg towards straight. Stay high on the ball of the back left foot. Take an inhale here, find length. As you exhale, fold forward, soften out over that right leg. Feeling almost as though you could bring your tip of your nose towards that big toe, that right big toe. You're drawing the right outer hip back as the left frontal hip point draws forward, keeping the hips square. Good. Take a breath here. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend the right knee, come down into a low lunge. Just take a breath here as you inhale. Pull the chest forward through the hands, press back to the inner edge of your left heel. Feel a stretch in that left hip flexor. Good, and then plant your palms down. As you inhale, step yourself back to a plank. Exhale, either chaturanga or down dog, your choice. Cycling through chaturanga and up dog if you choose. We all meet up in downward facing dog. And from down dog, take an inhale, reach your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the hip, roll it open, bend your knee. Good. Inhale, extend the leg, square your hips off towards the floor. Exhale, shift the foot forward between the hands, ground and turn out your back heel. Inhale, setting yourself up, reach up for warrior one. So take some time here to get yourself set up in this pose. Warrior one pose we do often, but really quite a challenging pose. And check in that your feet are about hips width distance apart, so that you're not on quite so much of a tightrope. As you lengthen forward through that left knee, draw the left outer hip back, feel the right frontal hip point coming forward. Feel the right side of the rib cage coming around towards the front of your mat. Press firmly into the outer edge of that back right foot. Feel the right inner thigh, inner line of the leg lifting. Taking the time to breathe here, be in this pose. Maybe close your eyes. Okay, take one more breath here. Inhale, maybe look up, maybe touch your palms together. Exhale, let's open it up into warrior two. So adjust your stance. Maybe you need to widen your stance. Adjust your feet so that the left heel is in line with the back right arch of the foot. Have your left knee tracking right over the left ankle. And then feel as though you could direct your left sitting bone back towards your right heel. Your shoulders stacking up over your hips. And then as we stay here and pause in this pose, taking in all this alignment, all these cues, and now just kind of seeing where you can soften, maybe relax the shoulders, maybe get the breath in between your shoulder blades as you breathe. Maybe close your eyes, tune into the sensation of your breathing. With each exhale, descend that left thigh bone down towards the floor a little bit more. Good. Beautiful. Coming into reverse warrior, drop your back right arm down, flip your left palm up towards the sky, take an inhale, lift, reverse your warrior, pause here for a breath or two. Keep lengthening forward through the front knee. Feel the length all along the left side of the body. Good. Press into your left big toe mound, start to lift up on the left kneecap to straighten the left leg. And then move your torso to come upright. Spin your toes to square off towards the side of your mat. Have a nice wide stance. Adjust your feet as you need to. So that the outer edges of your feet are running parallel with the sides of your mat. Take your hands to your hips. Take an inhale, lift the chest, draw the elbows back in together. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Good. Plant your right palm down, centered underneath your chest as you come down. Left palm back to your lower back with the fingertips pointing back. Press down into your right palm as you start to stack the left shoulder to stack on top of the right. Coming into the twist, opening towards the front of your mat. Good, really nice. So feeling the lower back stay level here, the hips stay square. And then take it into whatever arm variation you did on the other side. If you extended the arm, If you wrapped it back behind your back, maybe you can reach for that inner right thigh. Keep lengthening out through the crown of your head on your inhale. Keep revolving around that length as you exhale. Good, one more breath here, inhale. Exhale, release the twist, bring your hands down. Take an inhale, half lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, take your hands to your hips, press into your feet. Inhale, draw yourself all the way up with a straight spine. Good, exhale, reach the arms out. And then spin your left toes to face towards the front of your mat. Spin your right toes to point in slightly. Drop your back right arm down, flip your left palm up towards the sky. Inhale, reverse triangle. Pause for your exhale. Good, inhale, coming into that transition. Cartwheel your arms, spin up on the back toes, crescent lunge with an open twist. Reach your right fingertips towards the front of your mat. Reach your left fingertips back on the diagonal. Maybe your gaze comes back towards that back left palm. Keep drawing the left outer hip back, right frontal hip points forward. Good. Really nice. Take your hands together at your heart. Take a breath here, inhale. As you exhale, hook right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Good. Finding yourself in that prayer twist, press back through the inner edge of the right heel. Lift up on the right kneecap. Feel the right thigh engage. Maybe spinning your gaze up and over that left shoulder. Maybe spin your fingertips back in towards the chest slightly. Good. Check in that you're still breathing. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands, frame your front foot, scissor the legs, start to straighten that front left leg. Stay high on the ball of the back right foot. If you have blocks, you like to take them underneath your palms, feel free to do so. Inhale as you lift up, find more length. Exhale as you take that length with you and fold out over that left leg. Good. Keeping the hips level here. And feeling almost as though you could tap the tip of your nose towards your big toe. So just a movement of action there, just to keep the length in that upper part of your spine. Take an inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen your spine. Good, exhale, bend the knees, shift down into a low runner's lunge, just for a breath here. It can be on tented fingertips. Take an inhale, lengthen forward like you're pulling your chest forward through your hands. Feel the stretch in that back right hip flexor. Good, and then plant your palms down. As you inhale, step yourself back to plank position. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog, skip it. Lift your hips, cycling through upward facing. If you took the vinyasa, all meet up in downward facing dog. Good, and then once you get to down dog, just go ahead and tap your knees down on your mat. We're gonna come back into a forearm plank. You're gonna set yourself up for your forearm plank again. Come onto your forearms. Have your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Have your wrists in line with your elbows. And then go ahead and step your feet back so you're coming into that forearm plank. Set yourself up in your forearm plank first. Press down into your forearms. Pull your chest forward through your hands. Press back through the inner edges of your heels so you feel your legs really strong here. Lift up on the kneecaps, feel the thighs engage. Good, and then roll over onto the outer edge of your right foot. Stack your left foot on top of your right. This time we're gonna lift that left hand. So you can just stay on tented fingertips, tent the left fingertips if balance is a little off, or maybe you reach that left arm up towards the sky. Good. So side plank on your forearms. Option from here, you can stay here, or if you want a little extra work in your obliques, you take an inhale, reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, like thread the needle, you're gonna thread that left arm through the right. Good, inhale again, reach it up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through, reach back. Good, inhale, one more, reach up. Exhale, thread through. Good, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, lower down, everyone come back through center, back into your forearm plank. Come into the left side, roll over onto the outer edge of your left foot. You can stay and tense those right fingertips if balance is a little off, or maybe you reach the right arm up towards the sky. Just an option for you if you so choose. If you want a little extra work in the obliques, take an inhale here. As you exhale, thread the right arm through. Good, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, thread it through, reach towards the left. Inhale, one more, reach up. Exhale, thread through. Good. Inhale, reach up, take one breath. Exhale, lower the forearm down. Come back to center, tap your knees down on your mat, untuck your toes, press into the tops of the feet, pull your chest forward through your hands, come back into Sphinx pose. Good. So this time in Sphinx, you can stay here on your forearms, or if it feels accessible to you in your upper back, you might want to open the palms slightly, press into the palms, maybe start to move the arms more towards straight. If there's any kind of crunchiness, any pain in the low back, lower yourself back down. This should not feel painful in the lower back at all. If you keep your legs turned on, keep pressing into the tops of the feet, wherever you are. And then exhale, let's slowly lower all the way down onto your mat. Slide your palms back so your fingertips are by your lower ribs. Take an inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Stay here in baby cobra. If you want up dog from here, you can lift the upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. As we get to down dog, let's take a cleansing breath here together. Nice deep inhale, fill up through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Good, our last standing pose sequence. Take an inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Good, exhale, float the right foot forward between the hands. Ground and turn out your back heel, setting up for warrior two, front heel in line with back arch. Cartwheel the arms, take it up, warrior two. Good, inhale, reverse your warrior, drop the back arm down, flip your right palm up towards the sky. Good, stay for your exhale. As you inhale, we're coming into triangle pose, so start to straighten the front right leg, swivel your right hips back, reach the right fingertips towards the front of your mat, take it down into triangle. If you have a block, I like to take a block to the outside of my right shin, plant the palm down, reach the left arm up towards the sky. Good. If you don't have a block and the floor is not accessible, maybe you press that right palm into the right shin gently so that you're not locking out the knee. Good, and then take that left arm, reach it towards the back of your mat. Reach it down across your chest and then scoop it up overhead. Reach the left fingertips towards the front of your mat. Feel really long all along that left side of your body. And then as you feel the length along the left side of the body, you roll the lower right side of the rib cage around towards the side a little bit more. Good, really nice. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle the top arm down and back to come back up. Reverse your triangle, drop the back left arm down, flip the right palm up. Inhale, reverse triangle, pause for your exhale. Good, inhale, cartwheel the arms, come back into that crescent lunge, open twist. Left fingertips reach forward, right fingertips reach back on the diagonal. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, take the hands together at your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, prayer twist. Hook the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Good, take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, revolve more in your twist, stacking that right shoulder on top of your left. Good, really nice. And then stay with the palms together at your heart. Bring your gaze down towards the front right foot. Cross off your back left toes, step up to the front of your mat so that you're in a chair, prayer twist, Utkatasana, prayer twist. Take another breath here. See if you can sink your hips down a little bit lower. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold out over your legs. So take an inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, soften. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, up and over, fold down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, find length. Exhale, step or float through your chaturanga or skip it straight to down dog, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog if you took the chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Good, from down dog, take an inhale to reach your left leg up and back. Exhale, float the left foot forward between the hands. Ground and turn out your back heel, front heel in line with back arch, warrior two. Cartwheel the arms, take it all the way up. Good, from your warrior two, drop the back right arm down, flip your left palm up towards the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Pause for your exhale. Good. As you inhale, start to straighten that left leg. Swivel your left hip back, reach out, lengthen forward through your left fingertips. Take it down into triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. So finding your triangle pose, if you have a block, take the palm to a block at the outside of your left shin. Reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Good. And then with that right hand, go ahead and reach your right fingertips towards the back of your mat. Reach it down across your chest and then scoop it up overhead so your right fingertips are reaching towards the front of your mat. And as you reach the right fingertips towards the front of the room, can you press firmly into the outer edge of that back right foot? And as you press into the outer edge of the back right foot, and as you reach out through the right fingertips, can you feel the connection, the line of energy between that back right foot and your right fingertips? Feel really long along the right side of the body. And as you do, can you spin that lower left side of the rib cage around towards the side even more? Good. Really nice. And then press into your feet. Circle the top arm down and back, come up and reverse your triangle. Drop the back right arm down, flip your left palm up. Inhale, reverse triangle, pause for your exhale. Good. Inhale, cartwheel the arms all the way up and over. Crescent lunge, bend your knees, spin up on the back toes. Right fingertips reach forward, left fingertips reach back on the diagonal. Find that open twist. Good. And then take your palms together at your heart. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, hook the right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Find your prayer twist. Stamp down into that left heel. Roll the left shoulder on top of your right. Keep pressing back through the inner edge of that right foot. Good. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring the gaze down towards the front foot. Press off your back toes. Step up to the front of your mat. So you're in your chair. Prayer twist. Take a breath here in your chair. Weight back into the heels. Still twisting. Spin the fingertips back in towards the chest. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Let's release. Forward fold. Take it down. Good. Take an inhale. Half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Fold in. Good. And then soften your knees. Heel toe your feet hips width distance apart. Let's take a forward fold here. Any forward fold of your choice, different options. You can grab onto opposite elbows, take a ragdoll. You could grab onto your big toes, fold from there, or you can wrap the arms back behind the knees and grab onto opposite elbows. Just taking the forward fold of your choice for a few breaths. Maybe shake the head out a little bit from side to side. Good. And then release your hands wherever you are. Take an inhale, half lift, lengthen, find a flat spine. You can slide your palms up your shins to find that flat back. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, soften. Then soften your knees, heel toe your feet to come all the way together. Bend your knees, sink your hips down. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale to sit a little bit deeper into your chair. And then slowly we're going to keep sitting deeper until you sit your way all the way down onto your mat. Maybe try not to use your hands as you come down. We're going to lift right up into Navasana, boat pose. You can take the hands to the backs of the knees or reach the fingertips towards the front of your mat. Broaden the chest and the collarbone, lifting your chest towards the tops of the thighs. Feel like your collarbone is broadening out towards the sides of the room. Take one breath here, inhale. As you exhale, lower to Ardha Navasana. Press your lower back down onto your mat. Extend your legs, gaze towards your toes. Backs of the shoulders are lifted. Holding here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, drop down onto your mat. You can reach your arms out overhead. Reach through your fingertips, through your toes. Take a breath here down on your mat. Good. And then we're going to set up for 2 back bends here today. So bend your knees, plant your feet down on your mat with your knees pointing up towards the sky. Take your arms by your sides. If you want to take this back bend more restoratively, if you have a block and you want to take a block underneath the sacrum and stay there for the 2 back bends we're taking, that's an option as well. I'm going to cue bridge pose on the first one. If Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel is in your practice and you want to go there, that's an option as well. For the first one, press into your feet, lengthen your knees forward, lift your hips up off your mat. Take whatever arm variation you like from here. Maybe interlace the fingers back behind your back Roll over onto the outer edges of your shoulders, pressing into the background of the head. Good. So the sternum is lifting towards the chin here. And you stay pressing into your feet. You keep the knees tracking over the ankle, and you stay active between the inner line of your legs to protect your lower back. Good. Take one more breath here. And then slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down onto your mat. Take a breath here as you come down. And then back bend number 2. So your choice, if you want to take wheel or the Vinyasa, you'll take your fingertips back by your ears with your fingertips pointing in towards you. Lift up onto the crown of the head first. And then press yourself all the way up. If you're coming into bridge pose again for a second time, lengthen the knees forward, lift your hips up off your mat, make your way there. So either Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel or bridge pose, wherever you are, be mindful that your knees are not opening up. Keep your toes pointing forward. Keep your knees tracking right over the ankle. Keep the inner line of your legs plugged in. Good. Really nice. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower it vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down onto your mat. And then just settle here for a moment. So you can open up your feet so that they're as wide as your mat. Let your knees knock in, knees knock together. Relax the inner line of your legs. Maybe rest your palms on your belly, or one palm on your belly, one palm to your heart. Tune into the sensation of your breath. Back bends can be really energizing. Sometimes maybe our heart's beating a little bit faster after those back bends. Just tune in. And then go ahead and bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then take a few rocks. We're going to rock ourselves all the way up to a seat. And you're going to come up to a seat. I'm going to spin to face you. We're going to open the legs up wide, Upavishta Konasana. Open the legs up and do keep your feet active here. So flex the feet like you were standing on them. Curl your toes in towards you. Keep your kneecaps pointing up towards the sky. And then be mindful, notice if you're tucking under in your pelvis. If your pelvis is rocking back and you're tucking under, maybe take the hands back behind you, or maybe prop the hips up on a blanket if you have one. And use your hands behind you to get the pelvis to rock back, to rock to the front of your sit bones. And then you could stay upright here, or if you could keep the pelvis from tucking under when you walk forward, then begin to walk your hands forward. And coming down maybe onto the forearms if that's accessible. If you have a block, sometimes it can feel nice to take the forehead to a block if that's accessible for you. Again, being mindful that your knees are staying pointing up towards the sky wherever you are. If you don't have a block, you could even, if the elbows, the forearms come down, you could take the heel of your hand to the forehead. Just kind of rest the heel of your hand into the top of your eyelids there. Good, and then start to walk yourself back. Walking the palms back. And then just go ahead and bend your right knee in and take your right foot to the inside of the left leg. You can adjust that left leg, maybe if it's open a little wide. Just coming into a side stretch here. Walk the left arm to the inside of the left leg and reach the right arm up overhead. So we did a lot of side stretch today, a lot of length in that side body. Maybe you can reach the right hand for your left toes. Try not to collapse the chest. You want to still keep the chest open, keep spinning the lower left side of the rib cage around, up and under that top arm. Okay. And then inhale to lift yourself up. We'll come into the other side, so you can use your hands to the back of the left knee to bend the left knee, extend your right leg, Take the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Start to walk the right hand along the inside of the right leg and reach the left arm up overhead. Maybe you can reach for those right toes. Good. And inhale to lift yourself all the way up. And then go ahead, if you spun to the side like me, we're gonna just make our way back down onto our backs on our mat. Make your way all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Come into a figure four on the right side. Take the right ankle across your left knee, left thigh. You can interlace the fingers, pull that left knee in towards the chest. Flexing that right foot, curling the right toes back towards the right knee. Taking just a few breaths in your figure four here. See if you can direct the breath into the sensation in that right outer hip. Good. And then lower your right foot down, cross your right knee over your left, come into a twist, lift your hips, swivel slightly over to the right, and lower your knees over towards the left. You can take the right arm out into a cactus arm, perhaps gaze over that right shoulder. And then make your way back to center. And come into the other side. Cross your left ankle across your right thigh. Pull your right knee in towards the chest. Figure four on the left side. Take just a few breaths here. Feel as though you're directing the breath into the sensation in that outer left hip. Okay. And then lower your right foot down. Cross your left knee over your right. Lift your hips, swivel them slightly over to the left. And lower your knees over towards the right. Gazing out over that left shoulder. Take a breath or two here in this final spinal twist. Maybe let your eyelids go a little heavy. Okay. And when you're ready, making your way back to center, setting yourself up for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Just not too long of a Shavasana, but we might go about 1 or 2 minutes over, which is making your way into your Shavasana, setting yourself up, extending your legs out on your mat. Extend your arms by your sides with your palms facing up. Take your time to set up this pose just as you would any other pose. Move anything out of your space, maybe put on a blanket or a sweatshirt. And as you come down onto your mat, take a nice deep breath here. Inhale. Chip in a little bit more air at the top. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. And with that exhale, feel the weight of your body release down onto your mat. With each effortless exhale that you let out, see if you can let yourself surrender, soften a little bit more into the floor. Relax the roots of your thumbs, the weight of the backs of the shoulders melting into the mat. The skin, you can soften the skin all around your eyelids. Wiggle out your jaw, like apart your lips, let go of any tension there. You can feel your earlobes draping heavy towards the mat. Settling in, allowing yourself these few moments just to be right here as you are in this moment. Shavasana. And without moving, start to just take a few deep breaths. The breath come in, fill up, expand the belly. As you inhale, as you exhale, feel the belly button fall towards the spine. And then invite some movement back in. Wiggle out your toes, your fingertips, your ankles, your wrists, and then maybe reach the arms out overhead, taking a nice big inhale as you reach out. And as you exhale, just drop in, go heavy on your mat. And bend your knees, roll over onto your right side. And keeping your eyelids gently closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Making your way back to a seat just as we started. And take out just one moment here, sit tall through your spine. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take your palms together at your heart. And then tuck your chin, bow your head down one moment in gratitude for whatever it is that comes to mind to you right now, in this moment. And then slowly open your eyes. Namaste.